range, I'm about to host. If I may, I'm thinking that you chose the best thing. If you like them good shows and all of these movies. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat.
What up, Chip Chaps? This is Chip Chat, episode 63.
63.
I am Chamba.
And I am Foray.
Yay, and welcome. We missed last week because... Why did we miss last week?
Because you were
yes,
getting drunk
I was...
as fuck.
Because I had to go to Abu Dhabi for a convention. But I am back now, so... yeah, that's what I've been up to. I was overseas.
Dubai was lit, man.
It wasn't Dubai, it was Abu Dhabi. It was lit. No, it wasn't. It was.
It was.
What have you been up to?
I've been drawing stuff and doing things and playing games and doing stuff.
So the regular stuff.
We had Halloween happen.
That's right. Did you do anything?
No.
Did you eat candy?
Kanoy went to a birthday party.
Did you eat candy?
And I did eat some candy, but
any good ones?
I mean, I didn't dress up or anything.
Weak.
There was candy in front of me, and I played a wrestling game on the internet.
Cool. That sounds like a Halloween.
Yeah,
dude, did you get trick-or-treaters around your area?
No. I think our place looks too scary at nighttime.
That is a fact. There's not enough lights.
You gotta go behind a tree or something to see that people even live down there.
Right. It's like, is that even a place, or is it like just a dark area?
Yeah, so no trick-or-treaters. I thought maybe we might get the neighbors' kids.
That's what I thought, yeah, because there's a couple
of
kids around your area that play, especially at the back.
I think a lot of people now will take their kids to events where they do trick-or-treating, where businesses do them and stuff.
That makes sense. It's a lot more safer, probably.
Yeah, I don't... it's a little sad, but that seems to be the mentality.
Yeah, I suppose.
The neighborhoods just aren't as safe anymore.
No. There was a picture I saw online earlier today where somebody was giving away rotisserie chickens.
That's awesome.
And then there was another tweet that followed up, and it's like, who gave my little brother a rotisserie chicken? It's like, what is that? And then it's like, that's brilliant. That means it's legit. Somebody took a photo of, like, they had a bunch of rotisserie chickens that he just bought from, like, I don't know, Safeway or something. And then they showed another photo from somebody else. Somebody else tweeted it where it was their bag, and it's like, someone gave my brother a rotisserie chicken. I think that's the greatest thing. A whole chicken, Royce. A whole chicken.
That's sad, man.
Whoever's trick-or-treating that day got lucky, man.
Sometimes you need a fucking rotisserie chicken,
bro. A whole
bro.
chicken, though. I think that's the best. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. Good. I should give those as gifts. That's great.
Rotisserie chickens. Like, here you go. Here's a whole chicken.
Happy birthday. Here's a whole chicken. He's like, no, it's just for you.
Just for you, man.
I just wrote your name on the side, too.
Yeah, save it for later. Yeah. Really savor it.
Just put it in your backpack. It's fine.
In your backpack.
Yeah. It's covered up. It's fine. We should TV talk. Let's start.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, in the latest S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, they showed the origin of Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider, and to make an appearance was the original. How cool was that? Spoiler! Sorry about that. Yeah, if you're not watching it, then you should be, because S.H.I.E.L.D. right now is probably the better of all the shows.
The superheroes, yeah. It's on it as far as the regular TV stuff.
It's the one that I'm like, I will actually watch this one.
The Ghost Rider character's been legit, man.
Yeah.
And it looks like they got rid of a lot of the storylines that were bothersome. Not that there even really were that many, because it's been pretty good.
It's been consistently good.
But yeah, so we got to see at least a glimpse of Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. At least we assume it was. He's on the bike and shit, and he's got the flaming head.
That means right now they've established that he's there.
They have established that he exists in this world, or at least existed. It's hard to tell.
Right, because we don't know how long ago that was.
We don't know how long ago that was,
No.
and we don't know how the ability works.
Yeah.
Like if he transferred it and now is not the Ghost Rider
Unless
and
he
Robbie
just,
Reyes,
unless he just
or if he's just
basically,
like, here, you can have some too.
yeah, it's like, you basically begged some whatever, and this is it. I'm resurrect. I'm basically spreading this power.
Yeah, that's a bit
Uh,
bizarre.
Bizarre, but you know
If
what?
that's the
Cool.
case. Yeah,
I'm
but
great with it.
I'm glad it wasn't Nick Cage.
Yeah, it was just a flaming
Though,
skull. What's up?
though
It could
I
still be.
kind of wish
It could still
that
be
they made the design of the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider
different.
more similar to the second Ghost Rider movie, where his like jacket is all burnt up.
Dude, that
looking,
was the
and it's
best.
like, oh yeah, that's. I went back and watched some
Yeah.
scenes from it, and he still legitimately looks
Oh.
dope
Yeah.
in that movie. All the
Also-
stuff with him looks cool.
The reason why I think the fire on the second one looks so good is because it actually created smoke.
It creates actual smoke
Yeah.
and leaves like puddles of it, of flame kind of, which is really neat.
And
And
it
it
burns
blackens the skull.
Yes, and it burns the jacket too. It melts the
Yeah,
jacket.
it burns the jacket, and his skull
His
has
skull
got like
is on-
all the
yeah.
black tar on it and
That's
stuff.
all like
It
he
loo-
just looked
looks
amazing.
fucking
Yeah.
vicious in that second movie. Too bad the movie was still shit house.
Yeah, well because you've got bloody Nicolas Cage shouting and singing.
right. There was a lot of weird choices
Right.
inside of it, but the Ghost Rider visual
Yeah,
was pretty
visually,
badass.
visually, Ghost Rider was like that's Ghost Rider right there. And I know you
Yeah.
can only do so much with a television budget and all that type of stuff, but
But he looks good.
He
The
looks
Robbie
great.
Reyes version looks
I love
pretty
the Robbie Reyes
consistently
version.
good.
Dude, that's also in this
Uh,
episode when his face is like burning off. That thing looks fucking sick.
Yeah, it looks painful, and that's
It
what he was
does.
going for.
Mhm. It looks really good. Like when he's just busting around walking and shit.
Mhm.
Or how it's like, oh yeah, that enclosure. By the way, these are all spoiler of this episode. No one can bust. No one can bust from that enclosure. All of a sudden, you hear it break, and you're like, yeah, no, he can.
Yeah,
That shit's
apparently
done.
he's that rough. And they won't ever say who it's held. They always just say
Yeah.
it's held some pretty
It's held
formidable
some
people.
fucking yeah, exactly. It's held like the legit, like any human can.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's supposed to be made out of the same kind of shit that Thor was stuck in.
Yeah.
And he eventually busted out of it.
Took him a while, but yeah.
It was made to hold the Hulk.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I feel like you gotta be pretty legit.
And he was basically he just punched through it.
Yeah.
I mean, it
and then-
took him a while. It wasn't
But
an
look
instant
how many
punch.
punches fucking Super Coulson took. Not Coulson, but whatever his name is. The
Jeffrey Mace.
Inhuman director.
Jeffrey
Yeah.
Mace. Yeah.
Captain America's homie.
Yeah. He took
He
fucking
took
several.
several of those super break a container punches
Yeah.
and with unscathed. He had
Yeah.
no markings or
No
anything.
markings. No markings. Like
so he
he's
seems
legit
pretty
too.
there too.
Yeah, he's super legit. But the fact that this, I mean, to them, Robbie Reyes is like he's an anomaly because he's not an inhuman. He's obviously they can't.
Yeah, they
do
don't know what the
mutants.
hell's
yeah,
going on
he's
with him.
just a thing that can kill ghosts.
But I'm like, they didn't know that ghosts were a thing.
Nope.
Suddenly now they do, and
Yeah.
they're still skeptical about Ghost Rider's origin.
Yeah, I don't know. But that show I'm liking
But hey,
a lot. Liking a
It's
lot.
great. I
Yeah.
love it.
And
Coulson's
the fact that
fucking laser shield.
dude,
is
that was
dope.
so cool, man. When I saw it, I was like, that is fucking rad. Cause you know he's a Cap fan.
Yep, they
So
already
he had to
established
have-
it.
Yep. He had to have that shit, and he's
He's the
yeah.
main shield agent.
Mhm.
It makes too much sense not to do it.
All right.
Lexa Doig.
Yep.
That's a fucking weird last name.
It is a weird name. But yeah, she's been cast as Talia in Arrow. So,
Yeah, I did hear that Talia was going to be on it, but
so they're doing a full
apparently-
Batman.
it's apparently, though, for something going on after the mid-season finale,
Okay.
because they are currently filming episode 9 and 10, which is the big crossover,
Okay.
which is all the crossover stuff.
Right.
in this.
Are you still watching all
Yeah.
those shows?
Am I still watching what?
All the CWs?
Yeah.
After not watching it last week, and I was like, do I watch this week? And I'm just like, I'm not really that. I don't really care. Like when I miss out on an episode, I'm like, If it starts to pick up back, like if I hear things that it's picking up, I'll probably play catch up. But right now,
Yeah.
I'm not even fussed to watch it on a weekly If that makes
The
sense.
only one that I missed, well, I might not be up to date on whatever's happened this week, I guess, because this week of shows is just starting up.
Right. I missed last week's and this week's. I'm just like, yeah, I'm
So
good.
I don't think I've seen the most recent Flash yet, and I just watched Shield today.
Okay. Shield is the only one that I've been
catching up to do.
quite excited about. Like, that's the one that I'm like, yeah, as soon as I know it's out, I'm gonna watch that one.
Right. Well, I know they got. I really like Arrow this season too. I don't know what the fuck they changed, but I
don't
really
know. Yeah, Arrow's another one that I'm like, that one more so than Flash, to be honest.
Right, which is weird because I was so down on it last season.
Exactly. It's almost like they flipped.
They did. I think them getting rid of the dudes the dude that it was Magic as the villain, I think helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Damien Dark as the villain at all.
No, he's garbage.
Which I don't have a problem with the actor. Just
no, he's great.
Itself,
the character, yeah.
Not a fan of it, and I think them going back to they're fighting a crime boss who's just a really badass crime boss.
Yeah, it just makes more sense to me.
It's better.
Yeah,
even though they have a dude on their team literally who controls sentient rags.
Right. It
still
makes more
better
sense.
For whatever
Exactly.
reason.
Also, that guy is easily the most powerful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's probably the most powerful character that's been on Arrow besides Barry.
Exactly. Like, because he's super powered. But even saying that, he's clearly.
They've had other superpowered people.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Just nobody that can do what those two do.
No.
And Barry only wins because he can literally change reality.
Yeah, he can alter time. That's something like Arrow. He's so limited.
He is because he doesn't even really have the same. I mean, although right now he's kind of the DC TV universe's Batman.
Fact.
He doesn't really have what Batman's got going for him.
Nope.
He's not really a genius.
Nope.
He's not even really all that super smart. He's very tactically smart.
Yep. He's also not even that rich anymore.
He's not even that rich anymore. He's got money, but he's not a millionaire like he was.
He's not Bruce Wayne.
Right. I'm still not positive why they got rid of that.
I don't know.
Still don't know fully what was the point of that. But yeah, he doesn't even have that going for him. So all he is he's like
dude with an arrow.
He's a good tactician.
Yes.
He can fight, and he is really skilled with an arrow.
Yep.
Which I still don't know how they get at the end of this Bratva shit.
Mm-hmm.
How they get him back on the island.
Right, because are they forgetting that he has to get back to the island?
Hair and shit grown out. Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
They forgot. It's like they forgot that that's where they found him.
I don't know. It just was like that. We have to pay off this Bratva thing because we've been talking about it since season
forever.
1. So they're like 5 seasons in. Here's the Bratva shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still early days on all the seasons.
Right.
Especially the CW ones, because those shits are like 23 episode seasons
I know.
or whatever.
Honestly, I think that's too long.
It is long, but that's how they do it. It is what it is.
Like, I told you last night, I started watching Black Mirror from the start of season 1. And, like, because it's a British show, they don't do a lot of episodes. But this one, even more so. There's, like, the first season has 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And it was quality as shit. But, obviously, it's very different. Very different.
Oh, yeah. It's, it's like BBC Sherlock or something.
Yeah.
They look like movies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also... If it would be cool if they did it as an experiment. Like next season, it's only 14 episodes, but they have the same budget.
Right. Oh shit. Each episode's gonna look like money.
Right, which I think would be better,
beneficial for them.
But it's like single issues versus a graphic novel.
I guess
you get to be out on the shelf for longer, selling more shit because you got more commercials.
That's really it.
And that's really what it's about.
It's unfortunately that's what it's about, but
right, because it's a business. It's nice that we get to enjoy it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like we're in a golden age.
I get it because it is what it is. But it would be cool if. But maybe we'll get other examples of that. Other networks will be able to do shit that's different. Unfortunately, S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of does the exact same thing because that's network television.
It's like 22 episodes, 22, 24, right?
Yeah, but if they ever do like a superhero show on like like HBO or something, even the Runaways thing
Oh, the
that's
Hulu one?
supposed to happen on Hulu, yeah,
Yeah.
even in that they could do that as 14 episodes, and then
12.
and then they get more money to spread across that show to do the crazy shit like having a frog machine that you travel,
That'd be
which I
nice,
don't
man.
do.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, but it'd be
But it
nice.
would be cool.
It'd be cool. I'd watch it. I mean, I'm
I need to
interested.
hear something about that. Where's
Yeah, I
all the
know. I
news for
don't
that
know.
shit?
No idea. Also, so far,
Anyway.
like, no new news for, like, Defenders or other than, Karen Page is going to rock up and so is Misty Knight. That's it.
Right.
But that was, to me, it felt like a given.
I don't know that I felt it was a given that Misty Knight would show up, but
Really?
I didn't really think about how much they're going to integrate all the other shows' characters and plot lines.
I figure
'Cause
they
if that is
should.
the case, I think that there'll be more of that, clearly.
Yeah, I figure they should. I figure, like, right now it's just the beginning. The beginning of,
Right. Like we can probably count on Foggy showing up as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
Punisher.
probably Punisher, probably What's Her Nuts, the lawyer chick,
Oh,
Trinity.
yeah.
because they're important,
Yes.
So
yes.
we'll see. Hopefully, we get some sort of mention of Wilson Fisk and all these big
Dude,
deal guys.
I'm so glad that this thing is a thing that's happening.
Yeah, I just really can't imagine what we're gonna get, and I really don't. I still haven't heard confirmed like how many episodes it's supposed to be.
No,
'cause
actually, no. I thought they said 8 at one point.
Right. So I've heard that it's going to be 8. I've also heard that it's going to be 4.
Wow. Okay, it's cutting even shorter now.
Yeah, because I heard before that it was supposed to be 4 episodes, like a 4-episode mini-series, but the episodes were all going to be extra long.
Like an hour and a half each, dude. This,
Yeah, like an
we're
hour and a half
spoiled,
each.
dude. We're so spoiled. I love it, but we are so spoiled. And when people complain, I'm like, why are you complaining?
I just really want to know how the team dynamic is going to work.
Right. That's, definitely.
Or
Like,
that
is
kind of
Luke Cage
show,
going to be
you
the
know?
leader? Is Daredevil going to be the leader? Is there going to be a leader even? How are they going to mesh with each other?
Because the only team show, like, there's on Arrow, there's a team Arrow.
But it's
Especially
Arrow.
right now, he's the focus, and they kind of follow
Exactly.
with him.
Same as Flash.
This is not the same thing,
Nope.
though. This is closer to what Legends of Tomorrow does, I guess, where
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of random heroes cobbled together,
Which I like.
and then they go
I
on
like
an
Legends of
adventure. Which
Tomorrow.
I do. I like that show, but I'm like, that's a very different tone
Oh, dude,
to what the
completely
Netflix shows
different.
are.
Yeah, completely.
So how is that? How is that team
dude?
dynamic going to work?
I don't
How are they going
know.
to interact with each other?
You know what's
Um,
weird as well? Like, rethinking about how the Netflix shows are filmed and the way it's presented, they feel like films
Right.
compared to, say, the CW shows where they feel like TV still.
Yeah, it very much feels on the caliber of shit like Game of Thrones, where they like try to make mini movies every week.
And that's what essentially those Netflix things are.
Right.
Dude, all I know is that Iron Fist, I'm excited, but I when?
I'm excited. I want to know what's up with the tone because they keep saying like it's got a much more hopeful tone, and I wonder how that tone will shift into the Defenders.
Yeah. Maybe it's going to be more positive in that sense.
But I mean, it sounds like they're still in dark territory if they
Absolutely,
are
they'd have
saving
to
the
be.
city and the Hand is involved.
But
Sigourney
now-
Weaver is the villain, so
That's legit.
it's gonna have some gravity to it, I imagine.
I'm just excited. This is
Anyway,
happening.
let's get into this movie talk
Yeah,
stuff.
let's get into movie talk. What's the first one?
Triple X trailer, something Return of Xander Cage or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it's called.
How long has it been? Like over 10 years? Easy.
I don't even know. It's probably been 10 years since the Ice Cube one came
Oh,
out.
so maybe 15 then. Like 15, 12 years?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't.
I don't know
this
why it
thing-
happened.
Yeah, this thing looks dumb.
My
But I was
only-
never a fan.
My only thing is, Donnie Yen is in it.
Right.
And Donnie Yen in a American action movie
Yeah, it's
is
positive to me.
appealing to me.
Yes, exactly. Will you watch it in the cinema because of it, though?
I don't know.
Right.
It really depends on if Kanoe wants to see it.
Okay, you see, I like that. I like that that's a factor. Like, you will watch it if somebody is, someone is asking you to join them to watch it, but you wouldn't watch it on your own. Like, oh yeah, I feel like watching this film.
If she is as vaguely interested,
Mm-hmm.
then I would be interested.
Right.
But
Whereas like Rogue One,
I'm fairly certain she is not at all interested in it.
okay, Rogue One. Will you be watching Rogue One?
Yeah,
That's got Donnie Yen in it.
It's more out of feeling like if I don't, then I've maybe missed out on something.
Right. Oh, okay.
But I really don't feel like I'm all that interested in Star Wars as a universe.
Okay.
Like,
but that's got Donnie Yen in it.
It does, and I am drawn to it for the same reason. But Donnie Yen also seems like way less of a focus in this new Star Wars.
Right. Yeah, he's not
Whereas
exactly
he
like
seems
the main
like a
dude.
very important character.
Is he a villain in the Triple X one?
See, I don't know, because in the trailer it looked like he was a villain at the beginning.
Huh.
And then
he's
at
not
the end, it looked like they were fighting together.
Oh, maybe he's like a part of like an opposing whatever fucking
secret agent.
Yeah, secret agent, like secret extreme agent. Whatever. I don't fucking know, man.
Maybe. Like, I know he's got a team this time.
Great.
Triple X.
Because it's a Fast and Furious.
One of which being the Ruby Rose girl.
Oh, okay, so she's a good guy now, whereas in John Wick 2 she's a bad guy.
Right. So she plays like a punk rocky looking sniper.
Hopefully she doesn't look exactly the same.
She's got blue hair.
Okay, so that's slightly different. That's not exactly blue hair. That's it's not it's up.
Based on seeing her in this trailer,
what?
Her being Domino to me, perfectly acceptable.
Oh yeah, okay. Domino. That works, I guess. Who else is in the team?
They've got the Hound from Game of Thrones.
The big dude?
Not the Mountain.
Yeah, no.
The Hound, the one with the scarred up face. Yeah. Yeah, that guy. He's on the team, and the main character girl from Vampire Diaries, who I can't remember the name of.
Okay.
But I think she plays like a hacker or something.
Of course she does. Of course.
Yeah, of course she does.
Of course she does. Because hackers have to look like that.
Right. And cool. I think somehow he ends up working with another, like, there's a girl that looks like she's against him at the beginning as well, and then it looks like she's working with her and Donnie Yen by the end of the movie.
Cool. So it's basically Fast and Furious, but Triple X Fast and Furious.
Well, I guess. I guess so.
Vin Diesel, bro. Vin Diesel.
But, nigga, who is believing?
I don't.
Vin Diesel. Okay, so there's a scene. Did you watch the trailer?
Bits and pieces. Every time I looked at it, I started laughing. Though.
Vin Diesel is like, he's skateboarding down a mountainside.
I can never imagine him skateboarding.
No, I can't. And he looks ridiculous.
Because it looks to me, he looks like he was stacked. Big. Yeah, he looks like he was stacked.
He's too big. Yeah, so he's skateboarding down the side of a mountain, and he's and it's like a twisty road kind of thing. There's a bus that is going around the side of one of the turns, right as he is. Mm-hmm. And because he cannot stop himself, momentum-wise, he jumps up and skateboards on the side of the bus as he's banking this turn.
Yep. See, because in my head, because it's a Vin Diesel film, and because Vin Diesel thinks he's like the strongest whatever, he's like he's like a modern Steven Seagal almost. Instead, because he couldn't stop himself, obviously, because of momentum, that he would just punch his way into the bus. You know? Because honestly, dude, in my head, he would be like, oh, I got the rights to play One Punch Man because it's perfect.
Oh no!
Yeah. No. It's perfect.
That's in the worst timeline.
Oh no! To me, it's complete and utter garbage. But I can imagine Vin Diesel's head thinking, "I'm perfect for it. It makes sense."
So you just created an alternate dimension.
I know.
Where Vin Diesel is the One Punch Man.
Yeah, and if Paul Walker was still alive, he'd be Genos.
No.
See? So that's that world. That's that world.
Oh,
That world, yep.
no.
And you know why? Because he imagines himself to be this legit. I imagine. That's how he thinks. I think he thinks.
Yeah, it would have been way better if when he goes to skateboard on the side of the bus that
He
he
just
just
rams right through it.
from Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles.
exactly, yeah. He just rams right through it. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that makes like, oh yeah. It's like if Steven Seagal was extreme skateboarding down a hill, he would martial arts
that's
through
the
it.
best timeline.
That to me, that's this year. Because he's the actual movement of his body would not match the way the skateboard is going. You can see that it's a body double, like there's a guy in a wig. It wouldn't make any sense. It would just look like complete garbage. But yeah, that's
Question for you.
this time. What's up?
Okay, now assuming they were putting money into it, and they used the same suits and everything. If assume in the 80s that they were like, you know, we're gonna try and really make this money in this alternate dimension.
Okay,
And they get all
we're thinking alternate dimension.
They get all these 80s action star guys like Steven Seagal, like Van Damme, like Chuck Norris.
Sure.
They play the Ninja Turtles.
That would be ridiculous.
Because they're all the best martial arts guys.
I get it.
The Ninja Turtles, they do the voice of the turtles.
Oh, dude, Van Damme. Van Damme is voicing like, huh?
Which is great for Van Damme.
Yeah, who is he voicing? Who is he? Who is he playing? Mikey?
He's got to be Michelangelo. Yeah.
Steven Seagal's definitely Leonardo. Oh no! Steven Seagal's Splinter.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Because he makes sense to him. That makes sense in his head.
Yeah, and it makes sense style-wise too.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm teaching you guys because I know everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris has got to be Leo because he's the.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the bland one.
Right. He's the goody two shoes.
Right.
And they have to like, because at that period they were like, they'd throw an Asian, they'd throw like Jackie Chan in there because he was really popular.
Right.
So he'd be like Michelangelo or something.
You think he'd be Michelangelo? Yeah, I guess so.
He'd be Michelangelo. Who would be Donnie?
I don't know. It's definitely not Van Damme. Van Damme, I guess, could be a Raph because he's always doing the like screaming and shit.
It would be Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. He's got to be Raphael then.
Actually, yeah, he'd be perfect, Raph.
And he's not. He doesn't do martial arts though. It's got to be.
That's why it'd be funny. No.
It would be hilarious. No, Kurt Russell's Casey Jones.
Oh, that's fucking perfect! Dude, that's fucking perfect! Oh, man. That's legit. That's perfect right there. Dude, if that's not Casey Jones...
They get Bolo. Do you remember Bolo? Is that his name? Bolo?
Yeah. The big dude from...
yeah. He's got to be like Tatsu.
Yep. Who is Shredder?
Oh, I don't even know,
Who's
man.
Shredder? Oh, dude.
I don't even know.
Who is a villain from the 80s that appeared in every fucking film?
Oh, man.
You know what? He's not going to be Japanese.
Alan Rickman?
Rickman? I was like, either Rickman or like Michael Ironside.
Michael Ironside would be hilarious.
Because that's hilarious. Because his voice is great.
It's great, but it would be just a hilarious visual.
Bad.
You'd see more like Leslie Nielsen and Surf Ninjas.
Oh, dude, that's fucking perfect though. Casey, that's perfect.
Yeah, this is terrifying.
So perfect. That is this alternate world. This alternate world where that happens, and in the future Vin Diesel plays One Punch Man. I don't like that. I don't like this alternate time at all.
Yeah, it's the same world.
I don't like this. I don't like that alternate world. I'm glad it doesn't exist.
I would pay movie ticket prices to see that Ninja Turtles though.
I would because Kurt Russell as Casey Jones to me still makes sense.
Oh yeah, it's too good.
Like yeah, that makes sense to me.
Hey, what else we got here? Flash loses director over creative differences. This is happening a lot lately.
What's the deal with creative differences?
I don't know. What's the deal?
I wasn't planning that, but that's what it came out like. But like, is there a thing going around where it's like, oh, who's not agreeing with each other? What's going on there? Is it an actor thing? Is it the people is it the studio wanting to go one way, and the director's like, that's dumb, and the studio's like, but it makes money, and they're like, no, I'm out.
I just don't get why they don't find out if their differences are creatively
At the start, right?
too much before you announce that they're the director.
Exactly. Instead of like, nah, we got this guy, he made that film dope, and this film's gonna be dope. But then it's like,
I want because I'm sure he had something to do with them picking the chick from Dope to be Iris.
of course, but she's probably still gonna be there, which is fine.
Yeah. So if she's staying on, I'm like, that's got to be awkward too.
Mm-hmm. It's like I only came on board
it's
because
similar
you were
to
there.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of those people were cast when Edgar Wright was on.
Like, I'm not exactly like super annoyed or fussed or concerned about what's gonna go on because I liked Ant-Man. The result of that was fine. But
Right,
I
but
think it's
DC is a different beast.
That's the concern, is that it's not Marvel steering a ship, it's DC that's steering a ship, and so far their ship is just kind of started. It's hit too many icebergs.
Said a lot. I hope whoever they get next is good.
Who would you want to do Flash? What about Edgar Wright?
I think Edgar Wright could handle it, but I just don't think he would take a studio movie.
At this point,
he seemed really turned off by it.
Yeah. Especially if they got to follow like a certain thing.
Yeah,
and
if you're taking it because someone else literally just did the same thing, he's not going to be like, "Oh, that sounds like a good situation."
Mm-hmm. Who would you want though? Like in a perfect world,
to do the Flash? I don't know, man. That's tough. Because I don't have the same. Who directed the Butterfly Effect?
Wow, that's like, if I could name that. That's amazing.
No random shit.
I do know random shit, but this is like super far-fetched random.
I don't know. Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know. Why would you want him to direct it?
Sure. Why not?
You don't even know what else he's done.
I'm saying I like that movie, and I think that Flash should feel similar.
Okay. I can kind of see where you're coming from with that.
I mean, obviously there'll be action and shit, but I think that if they did a Flashpoint storyline to make it that much different from the show version, that it should be like this, where he's an upbeat dude or whatever,
right?
But that he is desperately trying to fix his world that he still remembers.
Okay, yeah, but like that would be interesting. I'm really just curious on mainly why,
and also what's his nuts? The guy Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes,
he recently was doing like an interview or something, and I think they asked him if he'd ever like to play a superhero again or something.
Yep,
and he said, well, when he first was talking to Snyder when he did BVS, both of them really like Flashpoint and were saying how cool it would be if maybe someday down the road he could play the Flashpoint version of Batman.
That would be so good.
And instantly I was like, I knew it!
Yeah.
I knew it!
Of course.
I fucking knew it!
Of course, so.
It was him, and as soon as it was him,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Mom, even though she says nothing, I was like, those motherfuckers know they're going to do Flashpoint.
I know. That was my thoughts exactly. Because I'm like, you wouldn't cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He looks exactly like you would imagine that version of Batman to be.
Okay, so now that we have that established,
sure.
Butterfly Effect with Flash.
Okay.
But one of the first world that he gets trapped in, or whatever the fuck, is the Batman world, and he doesn't have his powers anymore and has to get his powers back.
Do you think as a first Flash film that would be a smart move, though?
Fuck yes, I do.
It would be really interesting.
Because we've gotten multiple seasons of the Flash on TV now. People generally understand how his powers work. We'll get Justice League beforehand. We'll get to see what he's like just as the Flash.
Right.
And we get little hints of, my mom died, blah, blah, blah. And then in his movie, that he's trying to fix it, and he keeps fucking things up. I think it would be amazing.
That would be intense, and we'd never get...
That's my pitch for Flash as movie, Butterfly Effect.
And that's why you would get the Butterfly Effect director.
Well, that's just who came to mind. I don't know who the fuck. Okay. Eric Bress and Jay Macker Gruber.
What else have they done?
Let's see. Eric Bress has done.
Eric Brest?
There's no T.
Oh. Damn.
He directed only that movie.
Wow, okay.
Okay, let's see the other guy. J. Mackie Gruber. He directed The Butterfly Effect, something called Blunt, something called The Courier, and something that is in pre-production called POV.
Interesting.
So, not a lot of things.
Nope. Not a lot of experience.
Mostly they are writers, apparently.
Oh, I see. What have they written recently?
The POV thing, The Courier, apparently they wrote a bunch of episodes of Kyle XY.
Okay.
And they wrote the screenplay for Final Destination 2.
Okay.
And the other guy, all the same stuff. So I think they work together. I think they probably had the pitch for Butterfly Effect.
Yep.
They couldn't find any other directors to do it for cheap, so they took a chance on those guys and did it.
Okay, that's cool, I guess.
I'm saying that tone, they don't need to find that director, but that's what my pitch would be. Would do it like
I'd
this,
watch it.
Get a director that can do that.
I'd watch it, but I mean, again, with DC's track record, fucking, you know what? Take risks.
Oh yeah, do it, man.
At this point, what have you got to lose? Make another shit movie?
As fun as like what Project Almanac.
Yeah, I liked it, but then a lot of people didn't like that. So
a lot of people didn't, but it's also it wouldn't be like a handheld chronicle type movie. I just mean as far as like young people
fucking around with time
mindset. Yeah, fucking with time.
Yeah, and fucking gun-toting Batman.
Oh, it would be so crazy, dude.
With a killer female Joker.
Yep. And instantly we'd have another version of Joker out there where they can correct all the mistakes that they did with the Leto thing.
And then more cosplays of that. And then
the first time we've ever gotten a female Joker in a movie, it would be bananas.
That's true. See, they could be starting something with this.
They could be, but right now it's all in my brain because I have no idea what they're doing.
They're in the same boat.
Yep. It seems that way. Next up, live action Snow White by Disney expanding on the original with new songs. Cool.
Yeah, so they're Disney's on a track on remaking a bunch of their classics in live action, and so Snow
you think
White.
They will hire actual midgets for.
They should.
Should they, or do you think that they'll hire regular actors and like shrink them using like Hobbit shit, or will they be CGI creatures?
Because you know why? Because if that'll happen. If that'll happen, there's going to be a whole internet uproar about not equal casting.
For midgets.
Yeah, for small people.
We'll all stand up for little people actors.
All that type of stuff will happen, and,
What if they do the Clumps and have Peter Dinklage play all of the dwarves?
That would be amazing, but also, again, you're limiting...
But you're saying, like, look how good this dwarf actor is.
Right.
Look how diverse he is. He's playing all of the dwarves.
I think there are enough small actors.
There's got to be, right?
To appropriately play the dwarves.
But that's what they should do. They should Willow it.
Fuck yeah, dude. That'd be sick.
All right.
I think so. But, yeah, they're doing more of these things. I think. What's up?
I don't give a shit about this movie, I feel like.
Snow White? I don't know, like, when they said they're going to expand on the story and...
Who cares?
Yeah,
she ate an apple.
Yeah.
That's the story.
She got kissed by a prince and woke up. Done.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
What was the lesson in that?
We already got they tried to give us a cool version, and that shit's over already.
Yeah.
We got Charlize Theron as the queen. How are you going to improve on that? I'm not going to see this shit.
Oh shit, that was Snow White, right?
This is
that was Snow White.
Yeah, and they had Mirror came out at the same time.
Those are two Snow White movies.
Yeah, they came out in the same year, I'm pretty sure.
That's stupid.
Yeah, so I'm like, if you're doing this again now, already, what is the point?
Yeah, you've lost the point. Unless you're making something that's completely, like, beyond the radar of what anybody else is doing, why make this? But
they already said it's just a remake of the old one.
I get no. What I'm saying is, like, why choose Snow White? Why not pick another one that hasn't had something similar in the past couple years? Like, to me, Aladdin makes sense because there's not been a film like that.
Right. Mulan makes sense. Do it all
Mulan makes way more
from
sense.
the 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
That we've not seen 1,000 times adapted.
Don't do Hercules yet.
Because there's been a billion Hercules.
Yeah, exactly.
Things.
Yeah, there's been too many so far, and like, no,
Right.
not yet.
So yeah, you want to do live action?
Don't do Peter Pan.
Yeah, they tried that a bunch.
Yeah,
we're good on that. Try some new shit. If you want to dip into the old shit, do it on stuff you've not double dipped on yet.
Yeah, I think Snow White it's no, not yet.
To me, don't give a shit. Next up, Tim Miller / Blur Studios to adapt live action / CG hybrid Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yep, this is exciting.
This is after. It's supposed to be after the movie that Tim Miller is working on currently, which is some sci-fi movie.
Probably, but Blur Studio Tim Miller on a live action / CG Sonic film is pretty interesting to me.
Right. I just think it's interesting they're having him do something else before he gets to this. This is like further down the road.
Right. But they're starting on because pre-production takes ages.
Oh, fully. And if they're hiring Blur, they want it to have a realistic look.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a bit nervous on what that version of Sonic the Hedgehog looks like.
Will he look like just a blue hedgehog, or will he just look like a realistic version of what he's already illustrated as?
I think it'll be that, where he's just got like realistic fur all over him. And his
like you've
eyes
seen some of those cutscenes, the CG cutscenes of those Sonic games.
Does Sonic have separate eyes now, or are they still one big eyeball?
I thought it was still one giant eyeball, but I could be mistaken. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know if that stayed or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, where it's one giant eyeball with two fucking... Yeah, that's... No.
All right. Just scary. Separated slightly by his eyebrows?
Yeah, essentially his brain is inside the eyeball. That's how it would work, because his head is a giant eye.
All right.
But yeah, interesting, because it's, Blur Studio, visually fantastic. Tim Miller knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what
Next
happens.
Up,
I don't know.
Producers say no Ninja Turtles 3, but also say it may not be the end for future movies involving the Turtles. So maybe a reboot a little farther down the road, question mark?
Yay. Yay for this.
Yeah, I'm glad about that. I think that they understand that the Turtles themselves have the appeal because people went to see it in the beginning.
Exactly. And it made money.
But
Both of them did make money.
It's this version of the Turtles that people aren't holding on to.
Exactly. Honestly, though, you know what? If they even use the same guys to play the Turtles, they're not going to. They're going to start fresh. I know that. But even if they did, I'd be like, just change the look of them, though. You have to change the look of them.
Because I think that you and I both get that. That the movie could work with these guys still.
Yeah.
But
if they're gonna start fresh,
if they're gonna do it, start it all the way over, base it on Santa Locos Run.
Yep. Oh, dude.
And put it out immediately.
Oh fuck! I want.
Don't even wait. Don't even wait.
Wouldn't you though? Like, how long? I'd say wait like 3 years.
Oh yeah, 3 years is fine. Don't wait any longer than that. I don't want to wait till after I'm 40 to watch the Ninja Turtles.
I don't want to wait another 10 years because
that's what I'm saying.
The difference with this is that the current show is still doing strong. So like maybe if say they finish like 6 seasons and it's gonna end, do the movie then.
Right. Do it as a farewell to that.
Almost like since that's gonna end, we're gonna start. This is going to be now the movie Turtles. This is the Turtles now. Yeah. Each Turtles will have their time. When the cartoon's not going to go on, there's going to be the movies. When the movie's up, there's no cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they could put one out that's so dope and based on the Sonaloco version that they just make a cartoon based on that.
Oh, that'd be something. But I would, just make a good one, man. Make it if we can get a Turtles film as good as the first Turtles film, that would be the best for me.
I just want it to still happen for our generation of original Turtles fans. I don't want to have to wait for the current little kid fans to be nostalgic for it.
Right. I don't want to be like fucking 50.
That's what I'm saying, man. Come on.
Why the fuck do I have to wait that long? It took them that long to make a Turtles that we're going to like again? Come on. It took the generation that grew up on these Turtles. But then, see, if it's the generation that grew up on these Turtles, the current cartoon Turtles, to make it. They're not going to make the old school Turtles. They're going to make the current cartoon Turtles.
Yeah, we'll see,
Because that's
man.
what they're nostalgic for. We'll see. I don't know. I am hoping for 3 years. I think 3 years is good time.
Gives them time to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. It's a major overhaul.
Oh yeah. But they need to go smaller in tone and do one for adults or for children, and know ahead of time what it is.
Yes. Get everything right.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, man, give me a Ninja Turtles with Daredevil's aesthetic.
Fuck, dude! If Netflix did a Turtles show,
yeah, because I'm like, look at what the old Turtles, the '90s one, did. They had all the nighttime shots and them fighting in the wet, cold alleys and shit like that.
Yep. Dude, the fucking
Why
CG
can't they do that shit now?
Dude, the CG Turtles film had a nighttime rain fight.
Right, man. And the closest thing you got was in the new movie. For a second, you see them all talk to Casey, flip in and talk to Casey Jones for a second, and then bounce the fuck out.
Yeah, that ain't enough.
So annoying. So annoying.
We need a quiet farm time. We need that moment where it's just them.
Saying, somebody just call me up, man. I'll steer you in the right direction.
Pick up an IDW book. You'll be alright.
Come on. Do something.
Just make it.
Fix it.
But, yeah, I want to reboot within the next 5 years max.
And don't hire Kurt Russell to be Casey Jones. He's too old.
No, he's too old right now. He would have been perfect in the 90s. Perfect. Because that means if you did in the 90s, it would have made that alternate world. And I don't want Steven Seagal as Splinter. And I don't want Vin Diesel playing fucking Saitama.
Right.
Because that would break my heart.
Yep. Well, see, if they did it back then, they could have had Mako actually play Splinter.
That's fucking, dude.
That would have been legit.
That's fucking perfect.
Legit. All right.
That's it for the news.
That's all the movie news.
We've got one more of the films listing.
The final one.
Yeah, the final one. This one is superheroes, I think.
Superheroes. It's been a while since the last one where we talked about comic book movies.
Yeah, it's been maybe 3 weeks at this point.
Hopefully we explain it clearly why they are different, because I don't remember.
Yeah. I think I probably fucked up as well, so who cares?
You fucked up as well? What do you mean?
Yeah, I might have put something in the superheroes where I'm like, oh, that seems more like a comic book than a superhero. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway.
So here's the list.
Enjoy that.
Superheroes. So continuing off the genres of films, last one, superheroes, right?
Yeah.
We made it.
Superhero, the first one we got on the list is DREDD.
DREDD.
Not the Sylvester Stallone.
Whoa, is that superheroes? Or is that comic book?
That's superheroes.
See? What'd I tell you?
According to you, that's superheroes.
Yeah.
Because this was your pick.
This was my pick. Interesting. Why did I put him in superheroes and not comic book?
You tell me.
I don't remember. I remember on the day when we put this list together, I was convinced it was superheroes. But maybe I'm mistaken now.
Is DREDD not a superhero?
He's a police officer.
But in their world,
They
superheroes are their police officers are superheroes, basically, right?
They're law enforcement.
But they have guns that can do
everything.
special shit.
Yeah. They've got a motorcycle that's
Giant
only triggered to them.
motorcycles, right? They all wear helmet masks.
You don't see most of their faces.
Right. Only their mouth hanging out.
Right.
The bottom.
Okay, but if it's in the wrong section, regardless, is on the list whether or not it's on comic book or superheroes. I might have put him on the wrong one then. My bad.
That's starring the bad guy from Thor / Dr. McCoy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Um,
I'm forgetting his name.
Carl Urban.
That's right.
I was gonna call him Keith Urban.
That's the singer.
Guy.
That would have been a dumb.
Though.
That would have been a dumb movie.
Yeah, it would have. But why do you think DREDD needed to make it on this list that you apparently think is on the wrong list?
I think it's on the wrong list now, but it's phenomenal. It's simple.
You gotta have more than that.
It's simple. It shows the way. Do you remember the original DREDD?
Who else is in it?
Lena Headey.
Game of Thrones fame.
Yes.
Cersei Lannister.
Yeah.
She's the villain of the movie.
She's great too.
If you've seen The Raid, it's very similar.
It's The Raid, and everyone's like, this copied the Raid. The Raid did it. It's like, actually, it's vice versa. But that doesn't matter
But Raid came out first.
because it's a smaller production.
But came
That's
out
why.
first. And
That's why,
it will
exactly.
always be that.
But fantastic. I want a sequel. There's talk that they might do a Netflix sequel.
Yeah.
Which
Netflix sequel or Netflix series?
Series, but it's a sequel.
Just one thing? Or is it
No,
episodes?
like episode sequel.
Interesting.
Whatever they do, I want it.
Who else is in this movie?
I don't know.
Just Lena Headey and
Carl Urban.
That's it?
I forgot the sidekick's name. The other one.
She's the chick from Juno. I remember that.
Yeah.
She's got the hamburger phone.
Right. Best phone. I don't remember her name at all.
I
I'm
don't
completely
either.
blank.
Did she do anything other than Dredd and Juno?
She's probably done other things. I think she's in The Whackness.
The Whackness.
Yeah.
Is she the main girl in that?
Yes.
And the guy is
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh, the one that was fat, now
Yes.
he's not fat anymore.
Yes. He grew up.
Whoever that
Segues.
is.
But yeah, forgot the name. Olivia Thirlby. Yeah. Okay, got it.
What?
Yeah, that's the name.
Shenanigans.
It was in there. I was
Next
looking
up
through
on
the
the
name
list
list.
is Spider-Man 2, the
Spider-Man
second in
2.
the Raimi trilogy.
Not the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No, the Raimi version.
Do you think any of the amazing ones are as good as the Spider-Man 2? What's the closest one?
Of the amazing ones?
Yes.
It's hard to tell because those two movies were like they took place in a different franchise
Right.
from each other.
Mm.
Just because
Just-
the first one's all basically at night, and it's like dark and gritty Batman Begins version.
And then the second
And
one
the
is
second
super
movie,
bright.
It was like the aesthetic of
Raimi's.
the Raimi ones, but
with the new characters.
with characters from the.
It's
other-
almost like they did a soft reboot.
They did though, kind of, and I don't know why that was necessary, really, but I don't know. I don't think you.
So Raimi 2 is definitely still the best.
I think that Garfield was a better Spider-Man.
Right.
As Spider-Man to watch.
Then, as compared to Toby.
Right, because I never liked Tobey Maguire's
Right.
Peter Parker. I
Yeah.
was never convinced.
Dude, Scrunchy Face. That's where it came
Scrunchy
from.
face. Oh, dude.
That's where it came from.
I know that was the original.
He is Scrunchy Face.
He is Scrunchy Face, and he really kind of distracted me from those movies. Every time it would happen, it
Yeah,
would pull
and
me
it's
out.
often. His mask would often just break.
For crying,
Yeah.
Scrunchy Face. For running, Scrunchy Face. For fight scenes, Scrunchy Face.
For struggling,
Always
Scrunchy Face. Yeah, everything's a Scrunchy Face.
Yeah, so it's not good. Tobey Maguire's
But that film-
expressions are terrible. But Alfred Molina as Doc Ock,
Amazing.
He's real good.
It's really good. You believe
James
it.
Franco did a pretty good job as
did
the
fine.
going darker version of Harry
Ish,
Osborn.
yeah.
He goes real weird in the next movie.
The last one, but
But in
everyone,
the second
that whole
one-
film is
in
weird.
the second one, as the kind of sniveling jerk version of Harry Osborn, he does pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
I think to me, it's all about Molina, though.
yeah, Molina did a good job.
He sold it so well that,
The practical and CG combination effects for his arms were
dude,
great.
seeing the arm the first time, I was like, shit, they're doing this.
You know what doesn't look good though?
What?
Is you go back and look at the scenes that are completely CGI where he
Yeah, there's a-
kidnaps Mary Jane.
Oh, and it's just,
It's so
yeah,
weird.
it's
The way
dumb.
her hair moves around and stuff, you're like, wow.
Also, the way
that
he
was
just
the-
kind of dangles.
That was the pinnacle of effects at this point.
The way his legs just dangle.
I kind of like that though.
It's silly to me.
I think it makes sense.
I
If
get
they're
it.
being held up
No,
by
no.
these things, what are they supposed to do?
I get it. It's just weird looking.
But what do you do with them?
I don't know.
Do you put them in a pod or something?
I don't
It's
know.
got pod legs.
I don't know. Maybe.
That's what they did in the new cartoon.
Is that?
Yeah, he's just like in a metal cocoon thing, and the legs do everything.
That's dumb. I'd rather not that, thanks.
It's super.
You might
weird.
as well just be, just a head.
I think it was to sell
head in
the
a jar.
octopus, the octopus of it all.
Sure.
Next up on the list, we've got The Watchmen, which Kanoe said that we should include on the last list.
I guess Dredd was wrong.
Watchmen
Why did I
is
put
another
it there?
movie that I think it focuses on superheroes. So to me, that fits in the superhero genre.
Yes. And plus, I mean, you have Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, he's Superman.
He's the everything.
Yeah, and they had arguably one of the best Batmans we've had in a long time with Rorschach's character.
Mm.
He was completely he sold me on the brutal Batman.
Yes, he did. He was
Almost more than Affleck
yes.
did. Just because
But-
I believe this guy's life is this shit.
He sold me as detective.
Right.
That's how detective is.
They really played up the noir, like him
Right.
talking to himself stuff.
Which was weird because
Which
it's like
I think would be cool in a Batman.
Batman. That's actually more Moon Knight, but that's cool too. Moon Knight's
Well,
got
Moon
multiple
Knight's
personalities.
schizo. I'm not talking about that. I'm
Oh,
talking
you mean
about
like-
the voiceover.
Oh yeah.
The
Ah,
voiceover
dude.
stuff.
Voiceover would be
Made it
interesting in
noir.
films. But it's interesting
You
how
don't think that would work in Batman?
it could.
I think any comic book movie where it's like a character like that stuff is perfect.
Which comic book character do you think, which comic book superhero character do you think could use an actual,
Spider-Man.
do you think this one needs it?
Because his use as dialogue boxes
Dude,
in his comics
that would be so
much.
cool.
Yeah, I would totally buy it. Next up on the list, we got Man of Steel, the Zack Snyder
I loved it.
original introduction to the Snyder
I love it.
verse.
I still love it.
It's good. It's got some good stuff in it, but
To me, it's got more good stuff than it has bad.
I think it's kind of 50-50 for me.
I enjoy the things that I enjoy a lot.
The Feora stuff is great. She
Yeah.
moves real cool, but
Yeah.
to me that doesn't.
I know
make
it
the rest of
doesn't.
the
It
movie
doesn't
great.
make the rest of the movie.
His
But the rest of
dad
the movie,
dying in the tornado
that's still
shit.
the issue that I have. That's the biggest issue I have.
He gets in a fight with a guy who pours water on his head, so he mangles his whole semi truck around a tree, and they're just like, they just have to deal with the fact that that's there. How does anybody even fix that problem? He off in Hobunk, wherever the fuck he did
Or
that.
is that? Are you talking about the bar after the
Yeah.
bar? Yeah, where he basically just
He skewered
Yeah.
a truck with a tree.
ridiculous.
Yeah, what do you do with
I
that?
don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of silly, and no one would hear it.
All right,
They were still in the
he's
bar.
silent. He can do
They
that.
came out.
He can do that.
That would be so loud.
I know, but he's Superman.
It doesn't matter. It would still be loud. Superman doesn't have don't hear it powers.
Maybe.
Yeah, but some great visual stuff.
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
yeah,
movie.
completely.
And Hans Zimmer's music for that.
That score, dude.
Incredible. And speaking of that, The Incredibles is the next on the list.
Yeah, that's a super. This is what Fantastic Four wants to be.
Right, and it's the best Fantastic Four movie so far, and it's another example of why this is in the superhero ones, but not in comic books. There's
Right.
no comic book based on it, but it's based on superheroes.
Yep.
In general, and the cast was great for that.
Yeah, everybody loved it.
All the kid characters are enjoyable.
They felt like kids.
It gives you the family dynamic
Yeah.
that we've never gotten out of Fantastic Four.
And it's like, come on, man, you could do it like this.
You
Just
can do it. I know you can. It's
Just
easy.
make it good.
Next up on the list, Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
This one's still
the
my.
culmination of
Marvel.
the first phase
Yeah.
of the
Oh.
Marvel universe.
This is something that I never would have thought would happen.
Nah, dude. No, never would have guessed that.
Never. And it did.
Yeah, and when they teased it at the end of Iron Man,
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk to you something about the Avengers.
Yeah, I was
actually.
like,
My mind erupted, dude. Erupted.
I looked
And can you
around
believe-
to
Can
everybody.
you believe, though, that was only 2 years after we hung out the first time that we got the first tease of Avengers.
Really?
Yeah, because Iron Man 1 came out in 2008.
That's nuts, man.
Like, our whole friendship has been mapped out by the Marvel Universe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We can track each year by what we saw in theaters.
That's pretty cool. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. That seems good.
That
But
Avengers, it was a combination
It
of all
worked
phase one,
perfect.
and
it worked perfect.
they did so many things.
Joss Whedon did a great job with it. Their new introduction to the Hulk couldn't have went better.
No, yeah. I mean, with all the talk prior to that about
Right.
Norton,
Yeah, apparently he was difficult,
difficult to leave. And then they announced, it's going to be Ruffalo. And I was like,
which they
yeah.
announced at Comic-Con.
They did. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah,
Then when we see it, like, yeah, I'm sold.
right. It was like, I'm on board. It's going to be great.
That Hulk was phenomenal.
Hemsworth and
Everyone.
Hiddleston were great in it.
Everything.
As the Asgardians, Loki was a pretty good villain. I don't think he did a whole lot, but
Nah.
I think he worked perfectly. And
Right.
it was a throwback to the original Avengers comic where he was the villain.
Yeah.
Next up on the list, we got Captain America: Civil War. We just bought this digitally, so we rewatched it fresh, and to me, it's great.
It's great.
It showed me everything that basically didn't work in BVS.
But it reminded me of how good Winter Soldier was also.
Right, because Winter Soldier is great, but we'll talk about that later. This movie's got Spider-Man in it, the introduction of Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe,
Beautifully.
and it handled tremendously. They gave us Ultimate Peter.
Re-seeing it again, though, rewatching it again this recently,
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, yeah, this is, they've got it.
Yeah.
They've got it.
All they've got to do is keep running with it.
Right, run with it and don't
Fuck it
don't
up.
trip over.
Yeah, don't fuck it up. Not on the
Because-
first one out, you can't.
No, because this one, like you laid it here, and mind you, this is an opportunity that you have with this that you didn't have with the prior ones.
Yeah.
You didn't get to preview the character in another film before his actual film.
They made us like him before we even
Exactly,
get to see it.
which is so smart.
Yeah.
So smart. Also did the same with bloody Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther was fucking
And
wicked.
Black Panther was amazing in
It was
it.
fucking
We
wicked.
got our first peek at Giant Man.
Giant Man was phenomenal, and he worked with the team excellently too.
Yeah. Paul Rudd was a great addition to the dynamic.
Great. I know I've seen some reviews where they were like, you could have cut out Spider-Man, you could have cut out Ant-Man, would have been fine. And I was like, sure. But
story-wise would have been fine, but also the story wasn't hurt by them.
no, that's my thing. That's me looking positively towards what they showed us.
It was only
like,
enhanced by them.
exactly. It wasn't like, oh, they added too much and now it's like we lose focus. I'm like, no, the focus was still where the focus was.
Yeah, because they were only there for the fight and then they bailed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got just enough footage where we didn't need anything. They gave us a little bit extra with Spider-Man. Really, they gave us a scene out of costume for both Spider-Man and Ant-Man. And they just were like, here's kind of introduction
Same
to
as Black Panther.
To what they're like. We got a few scenes.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he also got out of an inside costume.
We did, but he had a lot more focus. I mean, with Spider-Man and Ant-Man, we got one little short scene of them out of costume.
Right.
And then we see what they can do. And then we go, oh man, can't wait to see fill in the blank. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yep. And then with Ant-Man, it's like, oh, he can grow big now too?
Yeah.
What's the next one going to be about?
And we still didn't get to see what the Wasp was
No.
like, which I'm glad they saved.
I am too.
I'm glad they saved.
I know it would have been sweet,
Yeah.
but we'll leave that.
A lot of people's issue with this one is the Zemo character.
I liked him, dude.
I liked the character, just didn't think he needed to be named Zemo.
I'm fine with him naming Zemo.
It just seems like a waste of that character.
He could still be a character.
Because his villain character in this movie was fine for exactly what he was. Some dude from Sokovia who was mad about it. Didn't need to be Zemo, though, because Zemo's got a completely other different backstory that we could have used.
No, I get that.
But that's my only issue. I still think the character was good, just didn't need his name.
I understand why they use it, though.
It's
It's just another...
Sokovian random guy.
But they wanted to... This is an Easter egg for me, anyways.
I don't know. It just seems like a waste of an Easter egg then, but we'll see. They didn't kill him.
I mean, think about it. In Avengers... Was it Avengers 2 that they killed Strucker? On Strucker?
They didn't kill him. Oh, they did.
In Ultron,
because he had like blood all over the wall. Or
Ultron,
whatever.
he died.
But we got to see Strucker be a thing.
Be Strucker, I suppose.
And he was the Strucker.
He was the Strucker, right?
He just died, which to me is also so fun.
Yeah, I guess.
Because he got to be that character.
Yeah.
Zemo, he was just a guy.
Yeah, we've never seen him as Zemo.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, I get where you're coming from now. Like, we didn't see him become like the Red Skull type that he is supposed to be. Okay.
Exactly. And, maybe he'll come back. Maybe Red Skull will come back. We'll find out.
That'd be something.
Next up on the list, though, let's just skip to this one, actually, since we're already talking about Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because Civil War was so good, it did point out all the great things about Civil War, Bucky included.
And it's crazy, because both these films, when we were coming up with the superhero list, we were like, we can actually have like a sequel?
Yeah.
Two sequels? Two sequels in a film?
Yeah.
In this list? Like, are they that good? And then we're like, again, we did the whole cinema.
We didn't have Cap First Avenger in here.
We didn't. And I love that
But
film.
I think it should be an honorable mention.
Oh, definitely. That's a definite honorable mention.
Yeah. Both movies are great.
Yeah.
Bucky's used tremendously in both.
So good.
And he's great as a villain in the first movie.
As a villain, he's a believable villain.
They gave us Robert Redford.
Back to Winter Soldier, unfortunately. Back to Civil War, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's great in that team.
Right. He works as both.
Oh, and
they pulled off both really, really well. They could have just thrown him in that team and we go, okay, because it's Bucky. But I think he played the mental back and forth really well.
Really well.
And the trauma of being able to be controlled with just a few words
is fucking bad.
Yeah, and that scene is great too, where he's pounding on the glass trying to get out before he can say them all, and then right as he opens it, it's already too late.
It's already too late. He's already under control.
But Winter Soldier, though, great use of Black Widow. She's a tremendous. I think that's the movie I liked her the best in.
Yeah.
Because I'm not huge into
not at all
Black Widow, but I think that movie she did.
I know everyone says, "Oh, she deserves a solo movie," and I'm like,
I'm alright.
I'm okay without it.
If they did a Black Widow and Hawkeye thing,
sure,
then I think it'd be interesting.
Kind of like the way they're gonna do Hulk with Thor.
Right, but I think
Thor with Hulk, my
right,
bad.
but I think that their story would have to be really interesting. They got to be doing some shit because just them hanging out, I'm not gonna give a shit.
Throw Winter Soldier in there.
Sure, why not? Show how they met him the first time.
Because the part where she was getting choked out was almost as if they had a history.
And she said that he shot her in the stomach.
Exactly, that means they met. I reckon they had a history.
Yeah, but Winter Soldier is great. It has one of the best twists of any superhero movie with the Hydra reveal.
That was sick.
And it completely turned the Shield show around, which is fucking nuts.
Yeah, because the Shield show...
They've never had an effect like that since then. And I think it was because the guys that run the show had no idea. They just rolled with it.
Yeah, they were like, oh crap, we have to do that now.
Yeah. But it worked out for them,
Mm-hmm.
I think. I think the show was drastically improved by that. Next up on the list, we got Batman Returns, the second Tim Burton Batman movie.
Penguin.
This was from like 1992, I think.
Penguin, dude.
Danny DeVito's Penguin.
I forget that it's Danny DeVito.
Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
Beautiful.
Michael Keaton's Batman.
It's fine. He's fine.
Christopher Walken as Max Shrek.
That was weird.
He was great.
Fine.
And I didn't know about all the Walkenisms when I had seen that movie.
I thought it was the character.
Yeah, I thought it was the character, so it worked perfectly for me. But he was super weird and awesome in that movie.
But to me, that film is all about Penguin.
He's great in it, but I think that whole movie together is
completely.
There's no like one thing that does it, because to me that is as best as Tim Burton could have possibly done a Batman movie. That was the one.
I think it's better than the first Batman movie.
Well, obviously, because that's the one that made the list here. I remember seeing this movie in the theater and being completely obsessed with it. All the clown costumes and shit in the Christmas time. It was
giant penguin.
Everywhere. The giant
penguins.
Parade.
Yep.
The penguin's actually walking around where he bites a dude's nose off.
Yeah, that scene, dude. Or just showing his fingers.
Yeah. Pee-wee was his dad.
That was twisted. That scene looked so dark.
What's that guy's name? Pee-wee? Reuben?
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens. He's Penguin's dad in that movie. Really, watch that one again. Watch that one again. And you'll go, yeah, I see how the animated series happened.
Oh, yeah.
They took a lot of influence.
Oh, no doubt. The score alone.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And both great scores.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Elfman, man.
Killed it.
What a beast.
Killed it.
And last on our list here, which we kind of alluded to in the sci-fi conversation, is Matrix 2, which I consider to be a superhero movie that is not based on a comic book.
Right, I'm sure people will be like, how is that superhero? And I'm like, they do everything the superheroes do, kind of.
Think about what he does. He flies around, he's got super strength, he just happens to do kung fu instead of Kryptonian kung fu or whatever. He's flying ridiculous. So fast that cars and buildings are bending around him and shooting in the air.
Exactly. And not even, just circular. I'm like, that is so anime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is
How could
so
you not
anime.
have a love for that movie
so anime.
for giving us stuff that we've never and still haven't seen in other movies? Some that are based on anime. We if we could have got shit like that in Dragon Ball.
Was this the movie where
wouldn't have shit on Dragon
he was
Ball.
going really fast to save the person from the explosion?
Yeah.
Or the trucks?
Yep. And the trucks hit each other and bend, and he catches them. And
the ripple.
And then Link.
It just ripples.
And then they show Link in the real world.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's watching the codes.
I love that scene.
Now that is... I can't think of a superhero film that's done.
Nope. And it's so good. The ghosts. The twin... the twin ghosts that can...
The remnants from the previous ones.
They're so wicked, dude.
Yeah.
That movie has a lot of great shit.
It does.
Yes, it also has CGI Keanu Reeves spinning in a circle with a stick.
Because his glasses are just attached to his face.
Right.
That always weirded me
out. And
it's
weird, but there's so much other stuff in that movie that works so much better than that scene does. The fight with the...
It's dated.
What's the dude's name that he fights in the tea house? It was supposed to be Jet Li originally, but they hired a different guy because Jet Li wanted too much money.
Is it Tony Lang or something like that?
Something like, but I can't remember what his character's
name
is.
Yeah.
It's not Cypher. That's the bad guy in the first one.
He was great though.
He's awesome in that movie, and that fight is incredible.
It's beautiful.
That tea house fight.
It's beautiful. I kind of wish it was Jet Li there, but
and they did one of the coolest things I've ever seen, which when the second movie they put out a game called Enter the Matrix,
which was amazing.
Which the game happens at the same time as the movies.
That's nuts.
But you see it from a completely different perspective. So there's new scenes, like that dude from the tea house House fights
Right.
Roy Jones. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Because Roy Jones. That's right.
There's all, and he plays Captain Ballard, which is always interesting to me. I always remember it because I lived in Ballard.
Right.
Captain Ballard. That's weird. But that movie's great, man. It has a whole lot of Jada Pinkett's in it.
She's
Fish Mooney.
fucking Fish Mooney. Fucking Fish Mooney.
It's also got the general guy from Man of Steel as her ex-boyfriend.
Right, that's weird. It's a DC problem. But then again, it's Warner Brothers, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Aaliyah was supposed to be in it.
Right.
She filmed scenes, and they had to reshoot them because she had tragically died during the production of that movie.
Fortunate.
It was just real good. I think it's one of the better superhero movies that's ever been.
And I know people always hate on Keanu Reeves, but he's a gangster, dude.
Yeah, he's so good in that. He's perfect for it.
Gangster, dude.
Imagine, that was almost Will Smith.
No, I would not have liked it.
It wouldn't have been the same.
I know I wouldn't have.
It wouldn't
Because
have been the same.
here's why I think I know I wouldn't have liked
it.
Yeah. Fucking iRobot,
Yeah.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Essentially the same fucking fella. I don't like it.
Right, but also those movies, not The Matrix.
I get that, but also I don't like them.
I'm trying to imagine like Will Smith in a trench coat with sunglasses on kicking the shit out of people, and I'm like, that's kind of okay. But I just think as soon as he's done kicking the shit out of them, he's making quips and shit. And Keanu was stark dead.
He needed to be that.
He was a program.
He needed to be
He was
that.
in that world.
And also, the villain.
Hugo Weaving, incredible.
He's always incredible.
He's so good.
He's so fucking...
Where's that guy been?
I don't know.
What's he been up to?
I have no
I
idea.
haven't seen him in shit.
What is the last thing he's been in?
I don't know. Did he is he all right?
I
Should we
don't
be
know.
concerned for
I don't
Hugo
know.
Weaving?
Maybe it's just Jake taking a break. Or maybe he's doing theater.
He needs to come back, man. He needs to come back and be Red Skull again.
Oh, dude, so much better.
Come on, man.
Just put the yellow dots, dude. Don't have to do the...
Agent Smith, he was perfect.
Mhm.
His whole monologue.
V.
Yeah, he was great in V. But I mean, as the villain in
Oh,
these
yeah.
movies, he was
Believable.
tremendous.
Fucking
And they all
fantastic.
learned how to fight for these shits.
I
They were all
know.
doing Wu Ping moves and shit.
That's why it's so cool.
You know who didn't do it great though?
Who?
Morris Fishburne.
He was kind of not...
I liked his fighting in the first movie,
Hey, what happened?
but his fighting in the second movie.
Did he
I
just
think it
get
was
lazy?
I just think that the choreography was weirder because he has to fight on a truck. And they're
Right.
having doing these weird flip
Yeah,
moves
and it
shit.
looked bizarre.
Yeah, I think the first movie, his fight scene worked so well because, well, his fight with Neo was great. His training scene with Neo.
That's so good. That
But
scene.
his actual fight is so great in the first movie because it's visceral. It's him in a bathroom
Mm.
in like a 4x4 space, and they're beating the shit out of each other, and it was incredible.
I
Slams his head
fucking,
through the toilet.
forget that.
Yeah, it
The
was such a
tiles
good
are
fight.
flying,
Yeah.
dude. That is so anime.
I'm
Water
telling you,
going
man,
down
the
everywhere.
Matrix movies are underrated as far as achieving anime in live
Yeah,
action.
okay. They should have done Ghost in the Shell.
Come on.
They should have done Ghost
The
in the Shell.
Wachowskis easily.
How
could have
didn't
been
they
more
do it?
in Ghost in the Shell.
During a time where they... You know what? Instead of... this is a... it's not, I don't think it's on any list, but Speed Racer. I love that movie.
Right. Yeah,
But I don't know if it's on any list.
It's not because I hate that movie.
You despise it completely. But
Kanoy likes it. But she's not. out here to
instead of
defend it.
that, they could have done Ghost in the Shell.
They really should have. They really should have. And I get why they didn't at that time because it's like very similar to what the Matrix is. But instead of doing Jupiter Ascending or Cloud Atlas,
That's
They should have
Jupiter
done
Ascending
Ghost
was
in the
their
Shell.
baby.
Ghost in the Shell, if they took like an actual great property and been like, here's what we can do in an established property,
How many if they did Akira?
I'd be fine with it. They're great directors for that.
What superhero film would you get them to do? Comic book superhero.
Comic book superhero?
How about if they took on Superman?
I mean, I'm sure they could do it, but I think that their aesthetic is not great for Superman.
So who would you want? Who? What? What film?
The Wachowskis. It's tough because it's got to be something that's serious but very actiony and very high scale, and that's tough in Marvel because all of
DC?
them are so fun. But DC, I just don't know as well, and I think it would be a waste of the Wachowskis to give them like I don't even know out of the DC universe. But give them Moon Knight, sure, whatever. I don't know.
That's Marvel.
That's what I mean. If they're gonna do something, give them Moon Knight. I'm fine.
That seems like it seems so
just
restrained.
It's just because of the scale. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it would be. Give them the Blade reboot.
What about Green Lanterns?
No, Get off of that. I don't need them in space. I want them to do something where people are hitting each other real good. Something where you're going to see anime-like action. What are you going to... What Marvel superheroes doing that stuff?
Would have been interesting to see him do Spider-Man.
Yeah, it would have been.
I'm imagining angles which I have not seen with the Spider-Man films yet.
Right, slow-mo of them going through buildings and
Through
shit
buildings,
like
like bouncing off walls and stuff.
the webbing would have been
Oh,
really
just
interesting.
angles with the webbing, and it's kind of just...
For the action, I think they would have done a pretty incredible job, but I just don't know if they would handle the humor
Fantastic Four.
as well. No, again, it's the humor. It's the family.
You don't think they can do that?
I don't think so. I feel like you need something that's like...
Serious?
Give them the Spawn reboot.
Whoa, that would be nuts.
Let the Wachowskis take us to hell and back.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm really intrigued by that.
I don't think they would ever do it, but I'd like to see it. Did you ever finish their TV show, the Sense8 thing?
I watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
I think I got like
couldn't get
episode
into it.
5 or something. And
Couldn't.
couldn't-
It didn't pull my attention.
I wanted to get to where the chick from Pacific Rim or whatever
Is she in
was
it?
that. Whatever the Asian girl that's in that movie that does.
Oh,
karate
she's in Cloud
moves,
Atlas.
whatever. Yeah, I want to get to her section of it because she seemed interesting to me,
Right.
but I just never got far enough into it.
Interesting.
But that concludes our superhero list, and we are now complete
yeah,
all of the lists.
it's pretty good.
We did it.
I know.
It's gonna be weird though because we didn't do 1 per episode. Sometimes we did 2,
Yeah,
so it's not gonna be like 10 episodes of us doing it.
nah.
And
But
I
I
don't
think-
even know how these are gonna play out.
Yeah, I don't either. But you know what? I think we should come up with more of these types of
More
things
of
where
these
it's not
types.
like where an episode is of news,
Right.
but
Then
we
we have-
also do just stuff we want to talk about,
General
Yeah.
lists or something.
like
Articles.
the whole movie
We
casting
do
type
that.
stuff.
We do that.
Yeah,
It's still coming. We got more of that on the way.
lots. We could probably do that.
But this also concludes the last of the stuff that is recorded before you leave.
I know. So this is,
We're going back to Skype recording.
which is fine.
It's fine, but it's not the same.
It isn't.
It's got a different flow to it.
It really does.
Yeah, sometimes we're talking over each other on accident because
Yeah.
the files are
Oh,
weird.
my delay. the dumb file thing. That one was so.
That was hilarious.
But it's one episode that did it.
Right.
But we were both really clear.
Stitch interruption, chaps.
Yeah, remember that? How we caught up? So weird. I didn't even edit that as well, so that's why it's more
It's
confusing.
hilarious.
I hope it doesn't happen again. Huh?
Yeah, but we'll figure it out. I'm
Uh,
gonna try those lapel mics when you get back home.
right. You need to get an extension for yours.
I do.
But
But it's been good.
that's
We
the
got through
news,
all.
yeah. That's not bad.
And we will have the next episode out
No, we don't have to do this fun.
some other time.
We can always, because we can always end the episode using new recordings.
Well, there it is then. And
That's
that was
just
the
it.
end of the list, guys.
That was it.
We did it.
Success. Oh yeah, show us if you guys got other films in your lists. Definitely let us
Yeah,
know what they are.
what do
If you
you
got any
think-
recommendations.
What do you think we missed out on? What did we not include that we're crazy about not including?
Or
or-
like films where we mention it but they're not on our list. Why do you think they should be on the list?
What are your honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Or ones that you think we are crazy for even
Right.
including?
Right.
Which ones were we absolutely wrong on? You tell us.
Yeah,
Let
tell us,
know.
please, because I think I'm gonna be entertained by that. Because we can talk about
There
that.
was
That's
no
so.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, that'll. No Indiana Jones.
No Indiana Jones movie?
Oh, no Star Wars.
Not a single War in the Stars?
Why? They'd be like, nah.
But we did it.
Yep.
And that was the last list.
The last.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
We made it through 100+ movies, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think we should make a new list of other things, possibly,
Yeah.
or do
Maybe
something
some-
similar.
Maybe some comics.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, maybe some comics and anime to check out.
That's good. I like this one.
All right.
I like it. We'll think about that. Yeah, we'll think about it.
All right.
We'll think about
So
it.
until next time, guys, stay chipper chaps.
Stay chipper.
What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chat Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chat Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chat Chat. What up, Chipper Chat? This is Chipper Chat Chat.